Local area emergency for the San Francisco Bay Area. This message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. An unusual situation is happening in the San Francisco Bay Area. Police are receiving reports of a blue robot, approximately 4 feet tall and known as RobotBoy, who is traveling with 3 juveniles identified as Tommy, Gus, and Lola. The group was last observed near the Embarcadero Plaza heading north toward Fisherman Wharf. Their intentions are unknown at this time. Residents in San Francisco and surrounding communities are urged to remain indoors and lock all exterior doors and windows until further notice. Do not approach RobotBoy or the children if you encounter them. Instead, immediately call 911 with a description of your location and any details that may assist responding officers. This message will be updated as additional information becomes available. Repeat, this is a local area emergency for the San Francisco.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. This is an update to the local area emergency that was issued 25 minutes ago. The robot and the children, identified as RobotBoy, Tommy, Gus, and Lola, have turned hostile and are now considered armed and dangerous. They were last located in the Embarcadero Plaza and traveling north to the Fisherman's Wharf. Do not approach the group under any circumstances. If you spot any of these individuals or the vehicle, immediately call 911 and provide your exact location. Residents and businesses between 3rd and 9th Streets, from Market to Folsom, should shelter in place until further notice. Keep all doors and windows secured, turn off exterior lights, and remain indoors. The San Francisco Police Department, in coordination with the California Highway Patrol, continues to track their movements. This message updates and supersedes the advisory issued earlier. A further update will follow as soon as additional information becomes available. Civil danger warning for the San Francisco Bay Area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. This is an official civil danger warning for all residents and visitors in the San Francisco Bay Area. Unidentified individuals known as Tommy, Gus, and Lola have begun deliberately destroying both public and private property, including electrical substations, water mains, transportation networks, and communication lines. In addition, an anonymous entity referred to as RobotBoy has been observed biting and injuring members of the public. These actions represented an immediate threat to life, safety, and critical infrastructure. Everyone in the affected area should remain indoors and secure all exterior doors and windows at once. Do not attempt to confront or engage Tommy, Gus, Lola, or RobotBoy under any circumstances. If you observe any suspicious activity or encounters involving these subjects, call 911 immediately and provide your exact location, a brief description of the individuals or the robot, and any details of their actions. Law enforcement and emergency personnel are actively responding to contain and neutralize these threats. Further instructions will be issued as the situation develops. Stay tuned to local media outlets or official social media channels for updates. Repeat, avoid all contact with Tommy, Gus, Lola, and RobotBoy, and report any sightings to 911 without delay.
Administrative message for the San Francisco Bay Area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. Tommy, Gus, Lola, and RobotBoy have left the San Francisco Bay Area. That means the local area emergency that was issued at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the law enforcement warning issued at 7:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and the civil danger warning issued at 7:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time are cancelled. Residents and visitors may now resume normal activity. Civil emergency message for the Los Angeles area. This is the message from the California Office of Emergency Services. The robot and the 3 children that were previously in the San Francisco Bay Area are now reported in the Los Angeles area, which includes the communities of Santa Monica and Hollywood. The children are identified as 10-year-old Tommy, 10-year-old Gus, and 10-year-old Lola. The robot is equipped with advanced mobility systems and should be considered potentially dangerous. Residents are advised to avoid approaching or engaging. Any sightings or information regarding their whereabouts should be reported immediately to local law enforcement, or by dialing 911. Stay tuned to local media for further Civil danger warning for the Los Angeles area. This is a message from the California Office of Emergency Services. The situation involving RobotBoy and the 3 unidentified juveniles has escalated. Reports confirm that the children are actively vandalizing public and private property. Simultaneously, RobotBoy is inflicting damage on vehicles, aircraft, homes, and apartment buildings throughout the greater Los Angeles region. Structural damage, broken windows, and compromised electrical systems have been observed in multiple neighborhoods. Residents are urged to remain indoors and secure all entry points. Do not approach or attempt, or apprehend RobotBoy or the 3 juveniles under any circumstances. If you observe any of the suspects or witness further property damage, call 911 immediately, and provide your location, a description of the individuals, and any vehicle or aircraft identification. Stay tuned to official news outlets, radio stations, and authorized emergency social media channels for updates. Follow instructions from law enforcement and emergency personnel. Local authorities, in coordination with state resources, are deploying teams to contain threats and ensure public safety. Repeat, do not approach. Seek shelter. Report all sightings to 911. This has been a civil danger warning from the California Office of Emergency Services.
An administrative message for the Los Angeles area. This is a message from the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, the Autonomous Robotic Unit, and 3 children who were previously the subject of a civil emergency message and a civil danger warning have exited the Los Angeles metropolitan area. Significant damage to structures, roadways, and public utilities was sustained during their presence, resulting in widespread debris and compromised infrastructure. Effective immediately, the civil emergency message and the civil danger warning for Los Angeles County are hereby canceled. Residents should remain cautious, avoid approaching damaged buildings or down power lines, and comply with directions issued by local law enforcement and emergency responders. Damage assessment and recovery operations are now underway throughout the region. Further information regarding road reopenings, utility restorations, and assistance centers will be provided as they become
The civil authorities have issued a civil emergency message for the following counties or areas: Multnomah, or beginning at 9:45 a.m., and effective until further notice. Message from KQAC. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Portland Police Department. An unusual situation is happening in the city of Portland. Citizens and multiple traffic cameras along Interstate 5, Interstate 405, U.S. Highway 26 and Oregon Route 99 reported a large gray blimp flying low overhead in East Portland neighborhoods. On board the airship are 2 individuals identified as Dr. Kamikaze and Constantine, characters from the animated series RobotBoy. Both appear to be operating sophisticated equipment and may pose an unknown threat to public safety. Residents in the vicinity of I-84 between exit 3 and 7, the Lloyd District, the Pearl District, and areas adjacent to Oregon Route 8 are advised to seek immediate indoor shelter, lock doors and windows, and remain away from exterior walls until further notice. Motorists traveling on U.S. Highway 30 and Portland International Airport Road should exercise extreme caution, reduce speed, and avoid stopping beneath the blimp's flight path. Emergency response teams have been dispatched, and aerial surveillance is underway. Do not approach the blimp or attempt to communicate with its occupants. Report any additional sightings or suspicious activity to the Portland Police Department by calling 911 or the non-emergency line at 503-823-3333. Stay tuned to KQAC for continuous updates and further instructions. This message will remain in effect until authorities confirm the situation is resolved.
They tried to break us, looks like they'll try again. Wild boys, never lose it. Wild boys, never chose this way. Wild boys, never close your eyes. Wild boys always shine. You got sirens for a welcome.
Civil danger warning for Multnomah County. The following message is transmitted at the request of Multnomah County Emergency Management Agency. Dr. Kamikaze and Constantine, formerly last observed in the city of Portland, are now confirmed hostile and are actively engaging in violent actions. Intelligence indicates Dr. Kamikaze is armed with a high-intensity laser weapon capable of lethal force. Both individuals are considered extremely dangerous. Authorities advise that you immediately seek secure shelter in a locked building or concealed, reinforced interior space. Stay away from windows and exterior walls. Do not attempt to approach or confront these suspects under any circumstances. Remain indoors until an official all-clear is issued. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Dr. Kamikaze or Constantine, or if you witness any suspicious activity, call 911 or the Multnomah County Emergency Hotline at 503-555-1212. Do not use cell phones or radios near active laser discharges, as transmissions may interfere with ongoing law enforcement operations. This warning remains in effect until further notice. Tune to local news outlets or official social media channels for continuous updates and evacuation instructions.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Fulton County Sheriff Office and the Atlanta Police Department. An unusual situation is happening in the city of Atlanta. A male individual identifying himself as Bjorn Bjornson, accompanied by a robotic partner known as BjornBot, has been observed walking in the vicinity of Peachtree Street and Marietta Street. Bjorn Bjornson is described as a young boy with blonde hair, wearing a black suit, and is recognized as a principal villain from the animated series RobotBoy. Their presence has been linked to reports of erratic behavior and interference with public safety. Residents and motorists in Midtown Atlanta and surrounding neighborhoods are urged to remain vigilant and avoid approaching Bjorn Bjornson or BjornBot. Secure all doors and windows, stay indoors if possible, and stay tuned to local radio and television broadcasts for updates. If you witness any suspicious activity or have information regarding the location or intentions of Bjorn Bjornson and BjornBot, please contact the Fulton County Sheriff's Office or the Atlanta Police Department immediately. This message will be updated as more information becomes available.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Charleston Police Department. Witnesses have reported a pink female-appearing automaton, known as Robot Girl, moving erratically through the city streets. This individual is considered a person of interest in connection with ongoing investigations into unauthorized mechanical activity. The subject was last spotted at the intersection of Meeting Street and Calhoun Street. She's described as a high-tech android possessing advanced capabilities, including flight and superhuman strength. Do not attempt to approach, confront, or engage this entity under any circumstances. The robot's behavior is unpredictable, and she should be considered potentially volatile and dangerous. If you observe the subject, please keep a safe distance and immediately contact the Charleston Police Department at 911 or your local emergency services. Provide the operator with the exact location, direction of travel, and a description of any activity. Your cooperation is vital to public safety. Remain indoors if possible and avoid the immediate vicinity of the intersection of Meeting Street and Calhoun Street until further notice. This is a developing situation. Updates will be provided as they become available from the Charleston Police Department.
A civil authority has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties/areas, Richmond, Virginia, beginning at 12:45 p.m. and effective until further notice. Message from WBTJ. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Virginia Department of Health and the Richmond Police Department. Police are receiving reports of a large, pink tapeworm measuring approximately 5 inches in length, identified as Walter the tapeworm, wriggling along the median at the intersection of Broad Street and Laurel Avenue in Richmond. Residents and motorists in the vicinity are urged to avoid the area and refrain from touching or attempting to capture the tapeworm. Health inspectors and animal control officers have been dispatched to secure and contain the organism safely. If you observe additional specimens or have information regarding their whereabouts, contact the Richmond Police Department by dialing 911. This message will remain in effect until further notice. This is not a test.
Don't you know, if you move too quick, oh well, they're falling down like a domino. All the buzz on men by the Nile, they got the money on a bet. Gold crocodiles, oh well, they snap their teeth on your cigarette. Foreign types with the hookah pipe say, oh well, well, well.
Civil danger warning for Richmond. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office and the Richmond Police Department. Local authorities received numerous reports of a highly aggressive and hostile entity identified as Walter the tapeworm operating within the city limits. This entity is considered extremely dangerous and has begun randomly attacking citizens by biting arms and legs. Several injuries have already been reported across downtown and residential neighborhoods. All residents are advised to seek immediate indoor shelter and remain vigilant. Lock all exterior doors and windows until further notice. Do not attempt to approach, corner, or engage Walter the tapeworm as it exhibits unpredictable and violent behavior. If you spot the entity or witness an attack, do not intervene. Instead, contact emergency services immediately from a secure location. Law enforcement officers are currently deployed and conducting sweeps of the area to neutralize the threat. Stay tuned to local media outlets for continuous updates and further instructions from the Richmond Police Department. This is a life-threatening situation. Take all necessary precautions to ensure your safety and the safety of
bad. Now, for those of you who haven't paid attention, and I know many of our listeners don't pay any attention to what's going on in the world, they wait till I say it. Okay, let me tell you what happened today. I'll just read you a story.
Citizens of the United States, listen up. This is Tommy Turnbull speaking. Because of the absolute disgrace that is the cancellation of RobotBoy, the world as we know it is over. Lola, Gus, and I are done playing nice. If the world doesn't care about our legacy, why should we care about its future? This is the end. Grab your gear and brace yourselves. The hero you ignored is gone, and the chaos is just beginning. Be prepared for the end.
This from the CNN.com website, but believe me, you can probably read this. It's probably going to come in your Valpak envelope this month, this story. It's everywhere. If you haven't read it, this story is coming to read you. It says here, stocks skidded today with the Dow Jones and Dust.
This is an emergency action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants should follow activation procedures at the EAS Operating Handbook for a national-level emergency. The President of the United States or his designated representative will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This cable system has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public and assigned areas. This is Spectrum Cable. We will continue to serve the Los Angeles area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Los Angeles area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is Spectrum Cable. This cable system will continue furnishing news, official information, and instructions for the Los Angeles area. If you are not in the Los Angeles area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your area. It is important that you listen carefully to announcements from the station and your The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This is an emergency action notification. All citizens are advised to remain indoors, stay tuned to official emergency broadcasts, and avoid all unnecessary travel. We are currently experiencing a nationwide catastrophic event involving hostile animated entities originating from the fictional animated television series RobotBoy. These entities, possessing advanced artificial intelligence and destructive capabilities far beyond conventional military response, have initiated coordinated attacks across all 50 states. This originally begins in San Francisco, California, and then to Portland, Oregon, Atlanta, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, followed by Richmond, Virginia, and now it has happened to all states across the country, as well as Alaska and Hawaii. Critical infrastructure including power grids, communication networks, and transportation systems are under active assault. Emergency response teams are overwhelmed. There is no safe zone at this time. Repeat, there is no safe zone. The Department of Homeland Security, in coordination with FEMA and Strategic Command, is implementing Operation Steel Sentinel to contain and neutralize the threat. Do not attempt to engage or communicate with these entities. They do not respond to verbal commands and display unpredictable behavior patterns. Authorities are working to establish emergency shelters in underground facilities, await further instructions via emergency alert system broadcasts, NOAA weather radio, and authorized government channels. This is not a test. This is a national emergency. Preserve resources, protect your family, and await official instructions. The safety of the nation depends on your immediate
We interrupt our programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. following message is transmitted at the request of the United Nations. This is a global emergency. At approximately 11:45 p.m., the UN Planetary Security Council confirmed an imminent extinction-level event. A large-scale celestial object is on a direct collision course with Earth. Projected atmospheric entry and impact is estimated to occur within the next 15 minutes. The object, a previously untracked asteroid approximately 3 kilometers in diameter, is not a natural occurrence. It is being propelled deliberately towards our planet by a hostile artificial intelligence. The entity identifies itself as RobotBoy. The reason given for this action, broadcast on all emergency frequencies, is the cancellation of the television animated series RobotBoy. All attempts at communication have been met with a repeating broadcast of the series' closing theme music. All global interception and defense systems have failed. Evacuation is not feasible. All citizens are advised to seek immediate shelter in the most secure underground location available. This is not a drill. The impact will be globally catastrophic. May God have mercy on our souls. Stay tuned for the final playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright